Maybe you can hear me this time. There's no real wind, and this time I'm using still a continuing test of the Fisher F5. Pretty impressive yesterday. But I'm using the double D coil for the gold bug. I've heard that there are voltage issues. Sometimes you use a different coil with a different machine. Nothing that would damage your machine, but I have trouble believing that the high kilohertz gold bug coil wouldn't function at least up to the standard of the F5, which is a low kilohertz machine. Now, it's not a good machine, it's just a lower kilohertz. Anyway, I'm going to give this a shot, and we'll see how it works today, and see what I can find. I will talk to you later. Very high EMI, anyway, and it's affected some of my machines badly. It did affect, and is affecting the F5. I had to really turn the gain down to even make it stable. When I get out of this area, I can turn the gain up. It's like I don't know, a 20 yard, 15, 20 yard area, maybe square, where the EMI is just ridiculous. I'm not exactly sure why and why it's not constant, because I've been out here before and it hasn't affected my machine, so it's kind of weird. Anyway, I'll keep at it. So I'm going to give it a look. Haven't had a lot of luck yet, but I had to turn the gain down so low. I'm not sure if it's just the coil I'm running, because it's not, you know, I don't know if the coil for the gold bug is different beyond the manufacturer's stamp, but you know, you can never really be sure. But so I know I'm probably not going deep, because I really had to turn my gain down because of the heavy EMI, maybe the heavy EMI. One of those days, and I didn't bring the small coil for the F5, so I had to go into the back of the car and pull out the Compadre. Got a penny. Oh well. Well, after a bad day out in the field, I decided to go into the trashy area. I didn't have my small coil for the F5, so I got the Compadre out of the back of the car. You know, I always carried it around with me. And it looks like I found a penny, and I found this one by just brushing across with my pointer. It was just under a couple of layers of sand or dust or dirt or whatever. So that's cool. Well, 20 seconds after brushing that out, the Compadre hits again, and it's another penny. Alright, so Compadre is rolling, so at least I'll have a few coins if I decide to make a video out of this. Out in the junky parts of the park, running the Compadre with the discrimination turned up, and I got a dime. Good old Compadre comes through again. Now, this is Texas Tiger Digs. This is a very quick roundup, nothing much to speak of today. I went out again to test the F5, and I did find a couple of things going. I used the Gold Bug Double D coil, and it was sensitive to the EMI on that field. Very sensitive. So I'm not sure. Now, when I use the Gold Bug, it's not sensitive to that EMI on that field, using the exact same coil. So there could be some difference, some tuning between the device and the coil that I'm missing when I use it on the F5. But I was still able to use it. I turned the gain way down, so I was sure I was going pretty shallow, and I was able to use it in that very EMI rich part of the field, and then as I got further and further away, I was able to turn the gain up marginally till it was up in a normal range. So that was the only drawback. And I found some garbage. Some of this is garbage that I found there from this. This is not. This the garbage I found. You know, very similar. This, on the other hand, was I also had a couple of pull tabs. I went out later with the F5 using Gold Bug, the tiny Gold Bug coil. Was it 4 inches, 5 inches? you know, the one that comes standard with the gold bug for nugget hunting. And I use that in a very trashy park that I talked about in a couple of videos. Not the trashy park. This is a new park I just saw. And I would just take a look at it. And I found this down, which looks like a button, which my European compatriots will immediately recognize as a factor. It's about 6 inches down. That was a pain. And of course, this is suburban Texas, so it's definitely a modern button. And I found a couple of pull tabs. One was 6 and one was 8 inches down. After I got those, I walked away completely. Alright, that's the F5 story for the day. But the F5 did alright, and it did use the gold bug coil successfully. The little one went down 7 or 8 inches, so that's impressive. Now, I found with the Compadre, this is what I found. I found this some kind of winder or a nut, a thumb tighten or finger tighten nut. I found 1 dime. I found a copper penny. And these would appear to be 2 crusty zincs. That's what I found with the Compadre. Now I just went out to the very trashy part of the park. I turned the discrimination all the way up, almost to max, above zinc penny, and I just sort of wandered around that area for a little while and came up with this. That's one good thing about the Compadre, any other deep and dig machines. When you want to keep your life simple, and especially if you've got a small coil in a trashy area, you can just turn your discrimination up and you know everything you hit is a signal it should be dug. You don't have to look at target IDs, etc. And I found this. Just by virtue of looking down. So I wasn't that far from the tot lot, and this was out on the grass away from there. So this is one of those little we used to call it super balls when I was a kid. Very bouncy balls. So I brought that with me. just for grins. So that's all I got. And that's it for today. The F5 still did very good. It wasn't under perfect circumstances. It did very well with the gold bug coil. It was sensitive to the EMI, but I think that's to be expected with a double D coil in that environment. With its concentric coil, it was not as sensitive to EMI in it, but it's also not only concentric, it's a smaller coil. So that could have also added to the effect. Anyway, this is Texas Tiger Digs, and this is my short, not that productive day, but I did learn a couple of things, so I thought I'd give you this, and you make the decision on whether or not it's worthy of your consideration. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, and you have a wonderful day. In fact, this is Sunday for me, so I'm probably going to be resting the rest of the day and trying to get over some sinus issues. Talk to you later. Bye.